One of the most creative ways to use Photoshop is to make images like these. We call these composites. Composites are images that you can create by combining multiple layers together. So how do we make a composite like this? Well, we want to combine these images to show parts of both. But as you can see, the image on the top is covering the image on the bottom. So what do we do? To understand how this would work in Photoshop, it's helpful to imagine it in an analog sense, as if we were working with two printed photos and making a collage. Each printed photo would act as a separate layer, and you can cut and remove parts of them to make a new picture. In Photoshop, you can do the same thing digitally by removing part of that top layer. But here's the problem. If you erase too much, you can't easily bring those pixels back. They might as well be gone forever. So what do? Instead of erasing or deleting part of a layer, what if we simply hide part of the layer? To do this, we'll use a magical feature in Photoshop, a layer mask. Layer masks allow us to play around and hide parts of layers so we don't have to permanently delete anything. And you can use layer masks in other creative projects like photo editing and graphic design. Let's dive deeper into our original example. In Photoshop, the first step to using a layer mask is to add the mask to the layer that contains the content you want to hide. We want to hide the top layer so that we can see more of the bottom layer come through. And so we'll add the mask to the top layer. This puts a white rectangle on the selected layer. That's the layer mask. But you've probably noticed that we still can't see through to the bottom layer. Well, that's because we haven't told Photoshop which content we want to hide. So how do we do that? With the layer mask selected, we now use the brush tool to cover with black any content we want to hide. Look what happened to the areas covered. Anything that was covered in black has disappeared from view, and now you can see down to the layer below. If we turn the layer mask off and on, you can see that we haven't deleted anything from the top image. We've covered a lot, so let's recap what we've done so far. We wanted to combine two images, but we didn't want to permanently delete anything. So we decided to use a layer mask to hide content instead of deleting content. We added the mask to the top layer, and then we covered the content we wanted to hide with black. You might be asking, but why don't I see the black I just added on the image? In Photoshop, adding black on the mask is just how you tell the software to hide pixels. So you're not painting on the photo at all, you're painting on the mask. If you accidentally hid more of the image than you intended to, you can easily bring parts of it back. Switch the brush color to white and paint on the layer mask to reveal more of the image. Moving back and forth between black and white allows you to really fine-tune your composite. You can even play with gray to blend it in even more. So let's recap. The magic of using layer masks is that they are a non-destructive way to edit your images. Using black on a mask hides content and white reveals it. And layer masks are a core feature that you will use in almost all of your Photoshop projects. Now it's your turn to step up and start practicing using layer masks on your own images.